You can just line up behind the gentleman at the microphone, or you can sit in the front row. All right, just tell us your name, please.
My name's Doug Bethune. I live in Lower East Chesapeake,
Okay, Doug, what's your question?
down where we make the fog.
I'm sorry.
We make the fog down Lower East Chesapeake. We make the fog for Porter's Lake and then all around the Eastern Shore. Anyway, I was going to ask a question about health, but I might get a chance to ask that later. I've looked at all your platforms, each party I have, and I think some of the platform information is good from all the parties. But my question is, whatever is in your platforms is not necessarily what the Eastern Shore's priorities are. So my question to each and every one of you is this: will you be consultative and consult with the people on this Eastern Shore to find out what our needs and our priorities are, not what the priorities and needs of the platform for your party? That's what I want to know, what you, as our representative, are going to do for the people of this Eastern Shore. Because if we elect whoever, we want representation. What a novel idea, eh?
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
Okay, so the question is about representing the shore in Halifax rather than the other way around. The first speaker is Randy.
Yes, well, being an independent candidate, I have the least ties to any party. I can't be kicked out of a party. I can say whatever I want. I can jump up and down and dance and scream and advocate till the cows come home. And solely for the Eastern Shore, I don't have to take into consideration what's going on in Truro or what's going on in Yarmouth, what's going on with the ferry, or how many cabinet ministers are getting $600,000 pensions when they're done. I have none of those things to encumber me with. I will be able to, as I say, address the individual, and I say individual problems of the shore, because 8-10 years ago when I ran out here, I knocked on every door, from the bridge out here in Porter's Lake to Newcomb's Brook, and all through Lawrencetown, everywhere. So I know what we're facing. I know what the challenges are. And I know what the people out here expect, and they do expect representation. We're tired. I'll stop there. Thank you. I'm just getting wound up.
Thank you, Randy, for speaking and for stopping. And the question now goes to Kevin.
Thanks very much. Certainly that's the job of any MLA, is to be representative of the population of which you're elected to serve. And having had the benefit of knocking on an awful lot of doors and talked to a lot of residents, I can confidently say that I've got a pretty good handle on what our priorities are down here, what our needs are. That's not to say that those needs and priorities don't change over the course of time, either in the short term or the long term, but for sure, any good MLA is a good listener, and the things that I've heard on the Eastern Shore are affordable housing for our seniors and people on fixed income, the need for new schools, specifically to replace the high school in Gatesbrook Junior High and the French school at Col de Beaumaris. I've heard the need for the replacement facility for the Birches, the 24-hour seniors nursing home. And I've heard the need for new recreation facilities, and we've started those conversations, and we're working hard and diligent on those, in addition to a lot of other more regional needs specific to the various communities along the shore.
Thank you. And the question goes to Patricia.
I think those areas of need that Mr. Murphy just listed off are indeed true, and they have been true for many, many, many years. It's time for things to actually, for us to take action, and I'm very much a leadership person who consults with the community. The position of MLA is not about me. It's about the people of the Eastern Shore and taking those needs forward and fighting for the needs that need to be met, including a long-term care facility that has not been replaced. Our family doctors, how many people on the doorstep have I heard that are suffering with cancer, various illnesses that do not have a family doctor. Red tape for small businesses that are unable to grow or have to simply shut down on the Eastern Shore because there's too much red tape and not enough tourism coming through the Eastern Shore to generate our business. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't answer that one.
Devin. Thank you. I circled you, but I didn't say your name.
Thank you so much for that question. And I do encourage everyone to really look through our platform. I can say with the utmost honesty that I have followed politics my entire life, but have never actually been all that political. And it is through the new lens of becoming a father that has really brought me to this point. I can tell you with the deepest sincerity that the reason I'm doing this is to help her and the rest of the people that she's going to grow up with in this area. We're not going anywhere. This is something that I feel deeply concerned about. And if you look through our platform, some of the biggest things that we're talking about is not through consultation, because that sounds like it's just we're there to listen and just kind of say we already have our own ideas. But we're actually talking about sitting down and having a conversation and choosing the best option for the communities, not a blank slate for the entire province, but to think of it more on a community basis. Thank you.